Long Beach, California. An apparent murder victim lies in a vacant lot. Police are on the scene, and so is the grieving widow. It may look like another tragic crime in a violent city, but it's not. One of the first rules to remember in an undercover sting: what you see is not always what you get.
Totally narcotics.
It all starts several days early at the Long Beach Police Department.
Okay.
Sergeant Walter Turley receives a tip that a man arrested for burglary is trying to bargain his way out of jail.
Thank you. So he, in turn, told the burglary investigator that he was contacted by some people on the street to do a hit to actually kill this other guy who he knew.
If God gives these gifts to edify...
Meet Reverend Charles Pritchett, the other guy the informant says he's been hired to kill. And the people putting out the contract on Pritchett's life? His own wife and stepson, who are after his $100,000 life insurance policy.
The lady was greedy. I mean, would go to any extent to take from others, not just me, but anyone.
The police videotape a meeting between the informant, the wife, and stepson. The conversation they capture ends any doubts about their true intentions.
So you want him killed? Took out. Don't beat him up and then like that, just do his head off. Oh, we can get out and get some donuts.
With evidence in hand, officers stop Reverend Pritchett on his way to work.
Then they approached me and said, we got some good news, and we got some bad news. The good news is we're at the Long Beach Police Department. Bad news is your wife wants you dead.
He was visibly shaken up, as expected. I mean, here you are, you've had this relationship with your wife or your girlfriend, and all of a sudden you're looking on videotape and you're hearing her actually wanting to kill you.
Well, I'm telling you, as soon as he comes in contact with him, you better kill him.
Police are eager to arrest the wife, but to guarantee a conviction, they need more evidence. So they devise a plan to fake Pritchett's murder and hope that her reactions will further incriminate her on tape.
So the next morning, we took him to a vacant field, and we created a crime scene, much that a person would assume he'd been shot. We went and got some ketchup, we put some dirt on him, we put some ketchup out of his mouth, and some twigs on him. We laid him down and took a few shots of him to appear to be deceased.
The following day, officers recreate the crime scene one more time, complete with real cops. Then Pritchett's wife and stepson are brought in. They're told they need to identify a vehicle found at the scene.
Does that car look familiar? That's his car.
She's shown the photographs of the Reverend's body in the field. Her reaction reveals a con artist at her best.
Okay. He's got a picture he wants me to have you look at so you can identify the person. If you could take a quick look. More time.
She put on a pretty good show. She broke down and crying and just, further substantiated the idea that she was going to carry this thing out.
Wanting to take the sting one step further, the officers ask the wife and stepson to return to the station.
So, ma'am, we'll have you go home as soon as we're done there. But we need your assistance to be able to catch people that did this.
Once there, the sting is brought to a shocking end. Shocking, that is, for the wife. She has no idea that her husband is waiting in the next room.
You're going to be placed under arrest for solicitation for murder for hire.
What? That's a lie! How does that work? I haven't been nowhere. I go to work and come home. I'm with my kids. I'm at work. That is it. That's all I do. All I do is work.
Ma'am,
that is it.
I sympathize with you. However, we have evidence.
And at this point, they allowed me to stick my head into the door.
Second of all, hang on. Your husband's not dead.
I can imagine. He's not.
No.
He's not.
Wait.
hours again to see that face, you know, the hollering, the drama. Again, just a Hollywood production here.
You have the right to remain silent. You understand that?
All of the videotape combined is so incriminating, the wife and her son are convicted of conspiracy to commit murder without ever going to trial.
I want you to repeat with me this thought that came to me. Mama can't give,
Mama can't give,
and money can't buy.
money can't
Amen.
Today, Reverend Pritchett has a loving new wife and family. Together, they work hard to put this nightmare behind them.
I would definitely not be here today if it had not been from the intervention of God in this team. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Amen.
It's one that I'll never forget. It was a Academy Award presentation.